Hi everyone, and welcome along to our Saturday afternoon, morning, evening live, where we're going to carry on with the Little Golden Book. And I think we're all enjoying this project. I certainly am. And I get some really nice comments left on the YouTube channel and nice messages sent to me. And really, very few of you are struggling at all. I think the only page that there's been any sort of little problem with might have been the acetate page, but that was my fault. I made something too complicated too soon. But I think we've all managed to work our way around that one, and some of you, oh, you're really doing so well. Well done, everyone. Before we get started with the Little Golden Book, I just want to say a couple of thank yous, and the first one is to Jean. She sent me via the Amazon wish list this absolutely beautiful embossing plate. I have a real thing about embossed paper. I love it. I think that it really adds a lot, an awful lot to a journal, and it just takes a plain page and makes it beautiful. So this was the plate. It's a full A4 size plate. Which is really useful for me because, as you know, I do file folders in which I use the A3 folded over to give me A4. So it's perfect for me, and I'm really grateful, Jean. Really, I am. And just before we came on, I ran it through just with a piece of... it's my Porch Prints paper actually, but it doesn't matter, just a piece of printed paper. And I don't know if you can see that, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's stunning. It's raised that from being what was already a very pretty piece of paper into being something really, really nice. Oh, I've lost myself.
Yeah, I lost myself as well.
I wonder what that's about. Wow.
I think we're still playing, but
aren't we?
Couldn't swear to it.
It's the screen's just gone totally blank.
Let me see if I can. Yeah, well, you're still on the.
Well,
just on your iPad, I think we're still.
All right, okay.
Still live.
Bit of a nasty moment. And I think on the other side you can see the design a bit more clearly. I mean, look at that. Thank you so much, Jean, for sending me that. I'll get a lot of use out of that. I really will. And I love it. Thank you. And the other nice surprise that arrived this week was this. And Florence sent me this. It's a really, really useful thing. It's 18 pages of ephemera, but it's in a book. It's got this really nice letter at the front about using it. But see, each one you cut out and you use it. And I don't know if you're like me, but once ephemera gets cut out and put in a box, it sometimes never sees the light of day again. But in here, it's there and it's convenient. And I really like that. And they're very, very useful. Look, even on the back, it looks like tea stained paper. So that is another thing that I really will get a lot of use out of. I like it a lot, and thank you so very much for sending these things, which you will see popping up as I use them in the lives. But that is just so useful. So thank you very, very much to Florence, and thank you to Jean for the embossing plate. It's really nice of you, and I keep saying this, but I mean it. It's people like you. It's a different view.
I know.
It's people like you who keep this channel alive, because I can't afford, who could, to go and buy all the things I need to produce all the lives, etc. So thank you very much indeed for thinking of us. Right, on to the important matters of the day. My Christmas Little Golden Book has arrived. There he is, the little Christmas elf, and there he is, sewing a teddy bear up. He's gorgeous. I got him off eBay. That's fine. That'll do nicely. Thank you very much. I don't quite know why it went. Do you?
No, it just went black, and then we come back.
All right. So there's my Christmas one, and he's lovely. I haven't actually read the story yet, but the images are just so lovely, aren't they? So what I need to do is start collecting some red card, green card, some red thread, get myself or Mr. F to the charity shops and see if we can find another Christmas book with images in that I can chop up to make the tags for this one. But that's down the line, so don't worry about that. But if you can start collecting your Christmas stuff, then you'll have it when we need it. But this brings us on to the book that we're doing at the moment. And I'm still using Carrie's lovely bookmark. It's just lovely, Carrie. Thanks so much. And it should be marking where we are up to today. Let's see where it is. Where's the pointer pointing today? Aha, here. Last time we did, that's right, last time we did this double pocket. And now we're on to this tuck. And after the tuck, we've got, oh, this little notebook. And maybe we'll get onto that. Who knows? So, well, need to make a start. Oh, I've treated myself to a new thing of tea dye because I mean, you should feel a difference in the weight. This one, it's just obviously got nothing left in it. And the felt was so frayed that I had to take the scissors and go around it to tidy it up. So I thought I wouldn't bother re-inking it because the felt was just so kind of destroyed. So I have treated myself to a new tea dye ink pad. Excellent. That's the excitement. So let's have a look then and see. We've finished the first signature, haven't we? First signature is complete. So let's take that out and remove it because it's just going to get in our way. Let's take the cover off. So we don't need that for the time being. This is the double pocket page that we did last time. And this is the one with this one with the tuck at the top. Now, for my tuck that I used in the little ballerina book I showed you last time, I just used one of these flaps off this card box. But that's kind of not the right colour. I'm using blue throughout this one. Blue lace and stuff. So I think that I'm going to have to do something different. So what I'm planning on doing is just using an image and cutting it out with something that I haven't even brought through. Oh, maybe this will do. Yeah, a double-sided will work admirably. See, any port in a storm. So what's the picture I've got on the other side? I'm just going to try it with these three little kittens who've lost their mittens. I think that might be all right, actually. So I'm just going to draw around that. I only want a semicircle, so I can slice it off. So I've just drawn around almost all of that, and then I'm going to cut it across at its widest part, sort of thing, just to make a semicircle. There's no science in this, guys. None. Absolutely none. So there we are. I mean, you could do that first if you wanted. It might make it a bit easier. And I'm just going to cut that semicircle out with my scissors, which I've lost. Not a good thing if you're losing things at this stage of the game. So I'm just going to cut round that semicircle there. Some of you will have dies. If you've got dies, use dies. You get a really nice finished edge. I'm pretending that we have nothing like that, so as the newest of new beginners can join in and not have to, need anything expensive. So there we are. So that shape is no more than part of my double-sided. You can use a saucer or a plate or mug or a cup, whatever, just to give you that shape, and then just cut it square across the top, because that's going to go on the top of the page. That's quite nice. We've got the pussycats there. That's lovely. This on its own isn't going to have enough substance, so I need to stick that onto a bit of well, I've got some coffee stained. This is 160. Now you could just back that, if you haven't got any of this thicker stuff, you could just back it onto another book page. Would be fine. That would probably give it ample strength. So I'm just going to draw around that again, cut that out, and then it'll be thick enough then. Oh, I deviated somewhat. Let's just get my rubber at it.
That's why you use a pencil.
That's why you use a pencil. I never trust myself. Actually, this has still got a bit of a pencil line around it, so just rub that off while I'm here. There we go. Oh dear, I've rubbed off part of my line here. It's going really well so far. How is it for you? I've lost myself on my iPad. I've rubbed out my line. Oh dear. There's only one way to go, guys, and that's up. So
Don't you believe it?
oh dear, eh? So I'm just going to carefully cut around it. I could have, made it easy on myself, drawn the line, stuck the thing down, and then cut around the line, which means I would have only had to cut it once, and that would have been much more sensible. But why would we be sensible, eh? Right, so hopefully that's going to fit onto that, and we're all going to be happy. So I'm just going to use glue stick, it will be fine. And then I'm going to stick it onto here as accurately as I can manage. I have finished the commission journal. It's a whopper. It's the biggest journal I've ever made. And it will be going off to America on Monday. It's all covered in beautiful fabric. I can't show it to you because it's a commission, but Mr. F covered it and strung it, and it's a lovely job. It's beautiful, so well done. Right, now I'm going to have to do a bit of jiggery pokery here. I've been using blue, so I've got a blue sponge on the end of my applicator, but I think it was Mabel shared a fabulous tip with us.
Hilda, wasn't it?
Hilda, was it?
I thought it was Hilda.
It might have been Hilda. Hilda or Mabel. One of them. I think it was Hilda. But if it was you, Mabel, I'm sorry. That if you get these little Velcro dots, and I've got loads because I get them from Ali, and I don't use magnets because I don't know how to use them. That if you put a dot of Velcro on the bottom, then you can put look at the sad state of that applicator. Then you can put your sponge, which is the soft part of the Velcro, onto there, and then when you want to use that ink, there's your applicator waiting for you. So that is a good tip. So I want to put my blue one on the bottom of my blue ink. So I'm just going to take one of these little Velcro-y bits, put it on there, tear this off there without tearing the whole thing off, like that, and attach it to there. And then the next time that I want to use the blue, hey-de-ho-de, there it is. Now I've got a bit of a problem here because I don't want to use this ink anymore because it's too old. So I'm going to put a new...
Leslie says you can show it if you want to, but you know.
Who?
Leslie.
Oh, yeah, I know why you want to show it, Leslie, because you want to have a look at it. I got your number, girl. No, you can show it, my dear.
Mabel says it was Hilda.
It was Hilda. Thanks for your honesty there, Mabel. You could have, because Hilda's not here today. She's off on a hollyhocks. So, oh, look at the mess. Just a mess. It's all a mess. So, oh, I've got a spare one here, as if I needed it. Well, I might as well put it there. So this is where my brown one is now going to reside, look. See? Happily there. This is going in the bin, and that's something that... No, I might not, actually. I might see if I can get any dye out of it, and then I can make a spray. Waste not, want not, guys. Tough old world. Right, so after all that, I'm going to... Oh, blimey, I haven't stuck that one down properly. I made a pig's ear of everything today. That's going to go on there. So right, we're all set. All of that just to change a blinking pad. Right, so let's use the... Look at it, it's pristine. So I'm just going to ink around there. Oh my goodness. It's really nice to have some ink, because up until this point I was having to sort of go over things 100 times. That's lovely. That is very, very nice. Nice job. Right.
A bit more zoomy, I think.
A bit more zoomy in-y. Yeah, we seem a long way away today. There we are. Hello. Right, so this is going on here. Finally, after all that. This was going to be one of these 2-minute pages. Right, now I'm putting mine there. I like the idea of tucking stuff up into it. Equally, you could put it on the side and tuck things in that way. That works very well, actually. It looks nice. Or you could put it on the bottom. Not this one, because the cats would be upside down, but you know, you could make yours to go on the bottom and just tuck things in the bottom there. I quite like it on the top. Now, if you're a sewer, you might want to sew along there. For the purposes of this, I'm not going to sew it. I'm just going to stick it on. I'm going to glue it on. Similarly, this leaves this page, when the tags aren't in it, it leaves it very bare. I'm not adding anything to it. I've given you ideas of what you could add to your page, and it's up to you. I like the idea of you having to decide rather than me being all sort of dictatorial about things, because I'm never dictatorial. Am I, Mr. F?
Taking the fifth.
It's probably for the best. Right, so I'm just going to stick that down on there. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac because I don't want it to be moving very far. And it's perfectly firm enough with that extra piece of paper stroke card in the back. So just along the edge there. And let's just check that we get that absolutely on the edge. Don't want it sticking over, but you know. So there we are. That's a lovely job. That's lovely. Right. So then you need to make 2 journaling cards, or, you know, whatever it is that takes your fancy. A little envelope would look nice tucked up in there. I'm not going to stop to make those during the live because you know how to do it. Your book's different from mine anyway, so we're not going to gain too much by watching me make some journaling cards. So let's get on to the next page, which is this one. Right, so this is it's a tummy tuck really, and it is around the tummy of the page, around the middle. And this was I think it came with my Porch Prints, it was a tape measure. You can use anything, any paper at all that you like. I'm going to use book page because that's what I've been using throughout, and I like each page, if I can, to have that on it. Which is why I might, with this one, do one of my tags in book page. Just an idea. I like the continuity. Look at this rabbit with his carrot and his kilt. Oh man, that is so cute. Right, so I need some book page first.
Must be Rabbit Burns.
Oh yeah, rabbit. That's funny. I think I can probably get away with one of these little ones and use that up actually. That would be good. You know, if you were looking for images in this book, you wouldn't be able to blooming find them. And now I can't get away from them. I'm thinking, guys, and let me know in the comments what you think, realistically what you think. I'm thinking of doing a tutorial Tuesday. Took me ages to come up with it, okay? And it's the only day I could think of something to rhyme with something. You know, if it had been Flapjack Friday, that would have been great, but I'm not making flapjack, so... Anyway, you get the drift. Tutorial Tuesday. So, and during the tutorial, the tutorial itself, some will be live, some will be videos. Okay, you get more value for money, if you like, with a video, because I actually get on with things and don't chitter chat. But for me, sometimes Tuesdays are out the question because I might have hospital appointment or a doctor's appointment, or you know, anything could come up. So in those instances, then it would be a video. Okay, but mostly I would try and do a live because I love to contact with you guys. I love this feeling that we have, that we're all together, you know, glue on all our hands, ink on all our hands, and, you know, we just have a laugh. So I will try my hardest to always make that alive, but there will be times when it's a video. So what do you think? It'll be something, it won't be related to the little golden books, no matter, you know, the Christmas one or this one or whatever. It'll be something that you can take away and you can use in your journal. So whether it's a flip out, whether it's a page layout, you know, whatever it is, it'll be something that I think is useful and that you can take away and use yourselves in your own journals. So please, if you would please comment and let me know what you think of that. If you think I'm bombarding you, it's just altogether too much, you can't be doing with seeing any more of me, and I completely understand that, then just, you know, let me know. Right, so let's just take that rough edge off down there. I need my other ruler. Just where it's pulled out the book, it's just a wee bit rough. So we'll just take it off. I've got so much stuff piled up on top of my bin. I actually can't get to my bin. It's ridiculous. Right, so I'm going to cut this off at... I'm going to cut it off at 3.5 inches. Not for any real reason. I just think that looks all right to me. And then I'm going to fold it. Actually, let me score it. I want the overall thing to measure an inch. So I'm going to score it at 1 inch. Itchy nose again, guys. We haven't even had a roll call. I mean, it's really bad.
Would you like one?
Yeah, I would.
With there's been plenty of messages, so I may miss some people and I may double up on people. But
Okay.
Here goes. Roz.
Hiya, Roz.
Bernice.
Hello, Bernice. You're
Michelle.
doing well. Bernice is doing well. Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
Cindy.
Hello, Cindy.
Jen.
Hiya, Jen.
Mabel.
Hello, Mabel.
Jean.
Hello, Jean.
Miranda.
Hello, Miranda.
Jean-Marie.
Hello, Jean-Marie.
Janet Ann.
Hello, Jan.
Janet Ann.
Yeah.
Ellen Adams.
Hello, Helen.
Nathania.
Hi, Nathania.
Donna.
Hello, Donna.
Maureen.
Hello, Maureen.
Did I say Jean?
Yeah.
Flo.
Hello, Flo.
Leslie Ann.
I hope you caught me thanking you, Flo, for the lovely gift you sent. Thank you. Who was the one after?
Leslie M.
Leslie. Hiya, Leslie. We've chatted already this morning.
I think Miranda did say Miranda.
Yeah.
Deborah.
Deborah. Hi, Deborah.
Lynn.
Lynn, hello. Lynn Morris, Lynn Whitman.
Whitman.
Hi, Lynn.
Pat Rutherford.
Hello, Pat.
I think that's everybody, but I may have missed somebody.
Well, that's a good turnout today. Thank you very much, guys. So what do they think of the Tuesday idea?
They think it's a good idea.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So I've measured that at 1 inch, scored it at 1 inch, and I'm just folding it in. Like so. Yeah, this might work actually. And I'm just going to score it along the edge of that bit that I've just folded in. I'm making this all sound pretty grand. I mean, you can just do this by folding it and folding it and folding it. And I'm just going to score again at the edge of that paper. Because if you just keep measuring 1 inch...
Natalie.
Hello, Natalie.
Mr. She's got grey face, then laughy face.
Oh, Natalie. Sorry to miss you, my love.
Candice has just joined us.
Hello, Candice. Right, so that's what I am left with. That bit there. Now, I would prefer that I had text over all of that. And this bit here's got text over all of it. So I'm just going to tuck that bit into there. Fold that bit down. Bob's your uncle. We've got text everywhere, so I just need to glue that down along there. I'll just use the A-lines for that. I'll just put a bit in there.
A lot of people don't seem to work on Tuesdays and have open days, so
Oh, well.
Tuesdays couldn't be better.
Oh, we've hit on it. That was a stroke of luck, wasn't it? So I'm just going to fold that bit in there and fold that bit over there. Then just stick down, you know you want to. Look what I've got, look what I've got. New bone folder.
You're too far, so.
You wouldn't believe how excited you could get about new bone folder, would you really? And then just a little bit of, well, it looks like it's actually quite a lot of glue. This is quite runny, this A-line's in my little bottle.
Are they overwatered, are they?
Just a touch. It's all right though.
Leave the top off and dry up.
Yeah, dry up in the nozzle. So squish that down like so. Right, okay. Making a bit of a meal out of everything I'm doing today. So that's lovely, lovely jubbly. And if you're going to sew around that, it'll be fine anyway. And I might sew around it actually. So where's my bunny rabbit? Here he is. So I want this to be...
Karen R says hello, Miss Paintalot and Mr. Fix-It.
Hello, Karen. I don't recognise Karen, do you?
Not immediately.
No. Welcome along, Karen. Nice to have you with us. So I'm going to cut that off there. Oh, actually, I could do it all out of text if I put my thinking hat on. So I'm going to cut it there at the start of that text.
Jean thinks it's funny you say Bob's your uncle.
Does she? Bobsy Runkle. I probably say it quite a lot actually. And I'm just going to cut that off, but I'm going to measure it just so as I get it straight. Just put my ruler along the bottom there, because it would look rubbish if it was
wonky
on the wonk.
Yeah, Karen says she's new here.
She's what?
New.
Ah, welcome along. It was slightly mad here, slightly, but we are nice and we're kind. And you'll be very welcome, I'm sure. Right, there we go. Now, this is going to be the band part of it. Look at that, it's the same length. Oh dear. I'm going to ink around here, and then I'm just going to sew around it because I think it'll look nice if it's sewn around. And I'm going to ink around it because I've got this fancy new ink.
It is one of your rules, of course.
You cut it, you ink it. Yeah, that's the rule. Right, so I'm just going to sew around there, oops, quite quickly. I've got wet glue on here, and I wouldn't advocate using putting wet glue through a sewing machine. It's not good. But for the purposes of the live, it's going through. If you've got a fancy stitch on your sewing machine, it might be quite nice. Just straight along the middle with a fancy stitch.
We could do a special, watching glue dry, for beginners.
It's probably more exciting than the actual live. So nearly back at the beginning.
Sheila says hi.
Hiya Sheila! I think Sheila's enjoying doing her little golden book. She said that she watches me, and then she fast forwards and then stops and rewinds and go, oh dear, it all sounds very awful, like you're having to listen to me for a long time. I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of glue on the back of those threads there, just so they don't come undone. So there we are. That's our little band for across the middle. You can decorate it if you want to. You can put decoupage on it or stick a little butterfly on it, anything that you fancy or that goes with your theme. So that's going to go along there. So we're going to make this little book that goes into it just slides into this band, and it's a piece of design paper on the front, and then the rest of it is just tea stained copy paper. And I've got quite a few pages there actually. I don't know how many I've got. Quite a few. That's how many. So I'll show you how to make that. It's a good idea not to stick this down until you've got your book made. And it'll become obvious. You know, I'm sure it's obvious to you anyway. So I'm going to take... Oh yes, look at that fancy one. Oh, I've got two fancy ones with lines on. Is that going to help us? No, lines are the wrong way. So one. I'm just going to take two pieces of paper for this. So what I've got three. It's going to be a big fat book. Excuse me. So what I'm going to do is, I want it to be the same as that, so I'll measure it for you. Is that half? Yes. Excellent. So, half your paper. Make sure you've got it all nice and square, and then half it long ways. Now, I realise in America your paper is slightly different measurement to ours, but this shouldn't cause you any problems at this stage, whether it's 8 by 11, A4, or whatever it is. If you just follow the same sort of rule, if you like. Now then, if I just trim that little edge off up there, all my paper should come separate. That's the theory. Let's just make sure that all nice and down like that. Trim up there, and then we should get them all square and all cut. So as evenly as you can and as narrow as you can, really. So let's just check that they are all separated. Yeah, marvellous, lovely. Right, so that was just cut in half that way, and now this is folded like that. So it's easy peasy. You just fold it one way and then you fold it the other. Now if I fold all of these together, it's going to start to look a bit untidy, so I'm actually going to take the time, sorry guys, to fold each one individually, because you just get a better finish. Now, a lot of people don't use what I would class as good paper. They use scraps of, you know, things they've cut out, the things that have tears in, things, printed paper, whatever, and make up a sort of scrapbook, if you like. That can look very nice. It will come as no shock to you that my temperament would not allow me to do that.
Miranda says she ordered a box of those offcuts from Paper Mill Direct.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. She was like a kid in a sweet shop.
Oh, they've come, have they?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. And she's pleased?
I believe she is, yes.
It's ever such good value. I'm really sorry for you guys in the... yeah, Jen, sorry. It's only for people in the UK. It's a big box that comes, you know, really sizable box, and it's blooming heavy, and it's full of offcuts, and some of them, I mean, I've had a lot of what I would think is pretty near full A4 pieces. So save your yellow, not yellow at all. Save your green and your red if you've got any in it, Miranda, and it'll come in for the little Golden Book Christmas version.
Karen says, as a beginner junk journalist, you find your tutorials very helpful.
Thank you.
And hello back to all those who welcome me. This seems to be a very nice group.
Oh, well, I can say hand on heart, we are a nice group. We really are.
And we're also on Facebook.
Yeah, we're on Facebook if you want to join us there, Karen. We have a group called Miss Paintalot's Junk Journal Group, and everybody will welcome you there too. I mean, it's we're a good lot of people. So there we are, we've got that. And as always happens when you put papers together, this edge warps a little bit. You can't help it, there's nothing you can do, it's just the thickness of the paper in the fold. I don't like that, so I'm just going to cut off.
Can't change the laws of physics.
Well, you can't. So I'm just going to cut that off and straighten it up. So there we are. Just looks neater. Looks like somebody loved it. Yes, Karen, and anybody else who's new to watching us, I use a quilting ruler, as you've seen, and a rotary cutter. I find that I get more exact measurements with that. While I remember, Carey, your magazine arrived. It's beautiful. Can you pass it down, Mr. O, please?
What?
Carey's magazine that came.
What? My job.
Your job, yeah.
For next week.
Yeah, this came from Carey, who found it in a charity shop, I believe, and she she was wondering about scanning these in so she could share them with everyone. So she sent it to Mr. F so he can get on with doing that. But the images in it are
probably a bit more
beautiful. If I can get into it. I mean, just even look at that. It's really lovely. Needlecraft. And I think Mr. F looked up the date of it. Look at these images. These are embroidered images. They're beautiful. They'd be fabulous in a journal. Aren't they lovely? Really, really nice. I love the daffodils, but I love all the spring flowers and poppies. So, yeah, Mr. F will scan those in, get them in a digital format, and then I think the idea is he's sharing them with the group, but I'm not in on it, so he'll let you know.
Up to Kerry.
Yeah, that's up to,
mine.
Whatever Kerry decides she wants to do with them. Right, so we've got our little notebook. This is what we want it to look like. So we need a piece of design page for the front. So I'm going to go back to my nursery rhyme book. For the new folk watching, this is an ongoing series of altering a little golden book. And all the videos are on YouTube, so you can catch up easily if you want to. It's been great fun. I think everybody has enjoyed doing it. I've enjoyed doing it. That's the sort of size I want. Something a bit more exciting. What about this guy, Tom Tom the Piper's son? Stole a pig and away he ran. The pig was eat and Tom was beat and Tom went crying down the street. Don't say I don't entertain you. I can't really use... I've got this cutout here, really, that's not helping the situation. There's lots of nice... What about these robins? I've been saving them, so come on, let's... Yeah. I think their day has come. I'll tear that page out and see what size it is that we need for the front.
Leslie says she's got to go now.
Okay, Leslie.
And if you changed your mind about the journal, she wouldn't be sad.
No. So that's, I'm just gonna make some marks here. That's that side, that's that side, that's the top, and that's that side. And let's just cut that out. Now I want you to get a really, really nice surprise when you see it, Leslie.
And it would take the entire live to go through it anyway.
It's
2
big.
lives,
it's really big. It is without a doubt the biggest journal I've ever made. If you want to make your look what I've got left of this lovely robin. He's beautiful. If you want to make your cover of your of this pad slightly larger, that's fine as well. I often do that actually. So I'm just straightening my ruler up along the bottom and with that line that I drew, so I know I'm straight. And so we go around. Just make sure it's straight. Give yourself a fighting chance. No point keeping that, I don't think. There we go. Right, so I've got my lovely image. That's going to go on the front to make it into a book. There we go. Now, I am going to put on some lace on the top of mine, and if I can find the end, here we go. So I'm just going to, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to sew it first. Now, if you don't sew, you're going to have to glue each page sort of individually. So sewing is really the way forward here, guys. It's much faster, much faster. So I'm just going to sew a line just in from the top along there.
You could always staple, of course.
Staple.
Is another cheaper option.
Staple is
option.
Brilliant idea.
But then I would cover that with something else, a bit of paper, just to hide
I'll show you in a minute how to cover staples or anything of that ilk. So there's a lot of pages that you're going through here with your machine, so, you know, go carefully.
Go canny.
Yeah, as they say up here in the northeast, go canny. I'm almost tempted to say that if you don't wear glasses, you should probably be wearing safety goggles here, because it's not unusual for a needle to snap. So there we are, we've got our row of stitching. It's, yeah, that my machine didn't like that. I'm going to have to sew that again. Cut these ends off. I'll tell you what, I'll staple it, and that way then you'll see what it looks like stapled. Have you got a staple tool?
No, because we don't often do stapling. I've got the one upstairs.
I thought you had one in that drawer. Green one.
Did I? Nope.
Oh, well, this is going to be the quick option.
If you have a stapler.
If you have a stapler. So yeah, my sewing machine. I think if I had a brand new needle in there, I think we'd be all right, but it's skipping stitches. Which means it's not going to hold the paper in place, which is no good. You know, you want the thing to be functional, let's face it. So I'll have a drink. We'll wait for Mr. F to leg it upstairs and down. And let me tell you, the new folk, we have a Facebook group. It's called Miss Paintalot's Junk Journal Group. It's really friendly. Everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of the people who are doing this little golden book along with me have put pictures up. And oh my goodness, it's so inspirational. It's lovely to see. Here we go. Here's the stapler. So this could be any stapler. This is just a regular office stapler.
Put a stapler flat on the table and push down on it.
How do I know where it's going? Oh yeah, see. Marvellous. 2 staples is going to do this because it's, you know, it's not under massive pressure. Yeah, that's great. So that's the way forward. Staple it. Now I'm going to put some lace on it though, because, well, I don't like the look of staples too much. But that's just a personal thing. If you're happy to see the staples, leave them. But I'm just going to stick this on here. And I'm just going to make it as narrow as ever I can, because this lace isn't very wide. So this is Fabri-Tac glue, which is great for anything fabricy. Excuse me. Oh, can't see very well now.
Sorry for deafening everybody.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Couldn't help it. Couldn't help it. So there's a little bit of lace on the top. and we've just got this bit hanging over here, which is just enough to come over to the wrong side and hopefully cover those staples up. Yes, just about. I think I'm going to sneeze again. I've got that, you know, that feeling where you think you're going to sneeze. So Fabri-Tac dries quickly, but you just hold it for a second till it actually grabs. So there we are. There's our little book. If you've got wider lace than mine, lucky you, because it'll go on, go over the top more easily. So just snip those off. You can leave them on if that's the look that you like. Right, there we go. So back to our book. Now then.
Jen says if you run out of lace, talk to Jean.
Oh yeah, Jean. Jean's done a Hilda. She's ordered lace enough for the world, pretty much.
It wasn't quite as bad as she thought, though, was it?
No.
Because it was 20 colours of 10 yards of each.
Yeah.
Not 200,
200 yards.
Of lace.
Yeah. No, it wasn't quite as bad as she thought it was going to be. But you can ink round there if you want to. I'm going to leave mine. I quite like it. So basically, I'd like that to be about there. That looks to me like it's sitting nicely on the page. Before you stick this on, you can decorate your page if you want to with stamps. Yeah, Sheila, it was a lot of lace. And just put a mark there where at the side of where this is going to go. And we'll stick one side down. But I want it to be level. So I'm going to do what I always do and just get my ruler. That's where I want it. So on mine it's 3.5 inches up from the bottom. So I'm just going to square that up so as when I stick that down, it's level. You don't want to get off on the kilter. That's no good at all. So make sure your text's the right way round. Stick that down. We've got that little mark. Make sure your ruler's still straight. Go by the little mark that you've made. Make sure that this is buttered up. The little tummy tuck band that you've made is buttered up to your ruler. So hang on to your ruler. Press that down. Now this will by definition be straight because it's straight along the bottom.
Sheila says it's hard to store lace.
Oh, lace. Oh, yeah. I've got mine in a... I couldn't even show you it on the camera. It's too much. It's in a big box, plastic box, a shallow one. And then I've got each colour. Can you pass me a colour? Pass me the cream. The cream.
This one?
Yeah. Then I've got each colour in a plastic bag like this. So this is my creams and whites. This is my pinks. It's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. Right, anyway, let's carry on as if I was sensible. So now the book that we made is going to go in there. It's going to just get tucked in there. But we want to make sure that we've got enough space for the book to go in and out. You see, if you just put that flat down, there's no space there for the book to go. So eventually what will happen is it'll tear off because it's got no wriggle room, nowhere to work. So put your book down where it's going to be. Like that. Put some glue on there and stick it down, and Bob's your uncle, quite frankly. just going to turn it around so I can get to it. I'm using Fabri-Tac here because this needs to be quite strong. Right, so that's the glue on. Make sure your book's in, fold that over and then press that down. And then, you know, you have to have enough room for the book because the book's in there. I mean, if you were just going to put an elephant, I so nearly said an elephant, an envelope in there, you'd be all right just to put it down flat. It would be fine. But this, you know, there's quite a few pages in there, so it has a thickness. So I think we're probably stuck there. Let's hope we're stuck. Okay, so let's move on to the next page, which is, let's pop our book back in there. See how easily it fits in when you allow it the room to fit in. The next page, oh, this is a fun one. Let's just have a look what we've got here. We've got 2 large pockets and they're identical and they come from the top and they cross over. So I've got one pocket here and one pocket in the back. And the pocket in the back is, you know, full size, so I can get a really big journaling card in there. And the one at the front is obviously that size, and I can get that in there. So I think what I need to do is take some measurements here. So let's put our little book to one side. And I think what I'll do is make a template, and I think actually somewhere I've probably had a template for this, but I'm not sure where. So right, so let's assume that is the right size. That's the right size. Is it the right height? No. So let's chop that off, and then we've got a piece of paper that's exactly right that we can make a template from. So in future, we don't have all this hassle. We've just got a template to go to. I just want, this is folded over this page, so I just want half of it. So I'm just going to cut the merest sliver off there. Whoops. Right, so I've got a page that is the same as this page. Same virtually. Right, okay. So it looks like I'm coming up the side well, it's 2 1/4 inches. So let's say that 2 1/4 inches. So that's there. And at the top, I have come in quarter of an inch. It's 1/4 of an inch, ostensibly. So there, okay. So if I draw a line between these two, that's going to be my template for both sides. So once we've got this cut, we shouldn't have to measure anything else, just draw around. And I'm a fan of drawing around. I think it's good. It's easier, isn't it? And you've always got this template then for another time. Otherwise you think, oh, I'll do that pocket. No, it was a bit of a faff with all that measuring. Whereas now you can just draw around. Right, so there we are. let's just do, and just need to do another check just to make sure I'm right. It's possibly a little long and it's possibly a millimetre too wide, but you know, in the grand scheme, that's just fine. So the thing is, do I want to do them both in book page? Well, I certainly want to do one in book page, so let's find some book page to do it with. So you all enjoying this? Everyone, is everyone enjoying this? Are you bored? Would you like me to do something else? I don't know what. So this is the centre of the signature. It's the bit where the threads are that holds the pages in. The signature is a sheaf of papers that are put into a book and are sewn in by, not nowadays, they're mostly glued in, to be honest, but the signature itself is this group of papers that's held in by this lot of stitching, and there will be several signatures throughout a book, and that, if you snip them, then it allows you to withdraw one complete page at a time. Right, so I'm gonna have to have a bit with no text on here. And down the edges as well. So let's just make sure that we're square. Looks pretty square to me, so I'm just literally going to draw around this now. We've done the hard bit, we've done the measuring. Oops. Right, so that's one side. And if I'm going to do the other side with text, I need to remember to turn my page over, turn my template over, should I say. So I'm going to write on here, template. I'm going to call this side A and this side B. Just so I know in my head, if I've already cut a B, which I have, then I need an A. If I've already cut an A, then I need a B. So I'm going to do both of mine in text. I do love text, as you guys know, so. Now this side, actually, I can come down a bit because you can't see it. Can't see the bottom of it down here. So I can get text right up to the top there. So I can get all that text in there, down there. That should work, I think. So you could be using any paper for this. Paper out of your book that you've been using for tags, etc. Design sheets, and you know, whatever it is you've got. So let's cut these out. I don't know why, but when I was making this page, it made me scratch my head more than anything. So I like the idea of having a template. I like anything that facilitates without a drop of standards, of course, ladies. Don't want to drop our standards, do we?
Just waiting for you to cast me a glance.
Don't want to drop our standards, do we? Like that, you mean?
That's the one.
No, you're in the good books today. You are thoroughly in the good books. He has covered and stitched in the signatures to this humongous journal I'm telling you about, and he's made a fabulous job of it. So he's in the good book, so there's no dirty glances going his way today yet. The day is quite young. There's plenty time. I didn't even know I did these glances. I wasn't even aware of doing them.
Luckily, I'm quite immune now.
Yeah, you seem to be.
It's a bit like if you get bitten by a snake often enough.
Oh, stop.
You get some kind of immunity.
Yeah, I would, because I'd be dead. It wouldn't have to bite me, to be honest. If it just appeared, I would be dead. Right, so these should theoretically fit. So let's have a look. I'm just going to take the book out of there because it's just that's stuck nicely, lovely. It's just causing me grief that I don't need. Right, so that should go in there. Yeah, it is as I thought, just a little bit tall, but that's all right. Just lop the top off.
Jen says she loves Fiona's glances. My husband Mike refers to them when I make them now. LOL.
Don't miss Paintalot me. oh, sorry, I knocked the camera. Right, so are we a little bit wide? Just a fraction, I would say. Fraction. So, where's my little 6-inch square ruler going? Do I use this one? So I'm literally just going to take, it's just a smidge. It's about, well, I'll say it's 1/8 of an inch, just so you've got some sort of idea. And same off the other one. Make sure you're straight along the bottom, and then it'll be straight up the side. And I am a bit too tall at the top as well. But that's lovely now. That's great. So there's fine. If you can see where the fold of the book is, it's just in a little bit from that fold. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to keep the bulk of the papers away from that fold where we're going to be sewing the signature in, because it's tough enough sewing signatures in, but if you've got to go through additional paper, it's just unnecessary grief. So this is the one that's going behind, so let's just check we're okay.
Carol says her daughter says I do looks, which I have no idea I'm doing.
Exactly.
She is laughing at Fiona's face. And she says I want them to adopt me.
Us to adopt her? Who? Sheila. We might have found a mummy. Might have found somebody to look after us.
We need a responsible adult.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think Sheila might be. So I just need to cut a little bit off the top here. I'll teach her to junk journal and she can look after us. What do you think? That's perfect. Pleased with that. And this is going to go along there. And just need to chop that top off along there. Right. So we've cut it, we ink it. In this case, I've cut it. I'm going to just rub out the marks around the edge where I've marked it with a pencil.
Last time we made pants, and this time we're doing Y fronts.
I didn't even see that they were pants, but they were. It's because you were looking upside down, I think. They look more pantified.
It's generally the direction you see pants in, I think.
Right, so we've cut it, we'll ink it. But wasn't that much easier with a template? I mean, I know we've had to make the template, but now you've got that template for forever, which I think's good. So let's ink around there. This is a prime candidate for putting, for decorating.
Lynn Whitman says, can you do a tutorial on cutting straight lines? You could do that on one of your Tuesday ones.
Yeah, could. You mean with scissors? Because I'm rubbish at it.
I think she just means straight lines in general, I think.
Have you got a quilting ruler, Lynn? Because that's what saves me. Without a quilting ruler, I'm doomed. I mean, really doomed. But even with a quilting ruler, there's a bit of technique to it, I suppose. Look at this with my new blinking ink. It's too inky.
June says she's going to get a quilting ruler.
Yeah, it's they're good. I know they're expensive, but you know they'll do you good duty. One of these bottoms I didn't have to ink, but never mind. I'm enjoying using my new ink. Right, so let's just have a look and see which way looks best. So there's that. It's got quite a bit of white at the bottom. Yeah, that was the way that we cut them to go. So I think, yeah, that's the way that I like them. So the question now is, how are you going to decorate these? And that's a question I'm going to leave for you to answer yourselves. You could decoupage them. You could go through your papers that you're using, your book or whatever it is, and find, you know, a lovely little image that would go on there. I mean, that to me seems like a good way to go. But that's up to you, because if I keep stopping doing all of those lovely bits, we're never going to get to the end of the construction.
Pat Fleet's doing this.
Oh, Pat, hi. I hope you're feeling a bit better. You've been a huge miss. So I'm just going to stick this down with a bit of Aleene's, just around the edge. The bottom and up that short side. And I've got my tissue to the ready, well, dry wet wipe to the ready, and I'm using that thanks to the really good tip from Tina on Shabby Dabby Doodah, because she's right. If you use a wet wipe, it makes all your ink run, and you end up in a dreadful mess. And if you use anything else, it leaves fibres behind, etc. Whereas a dry, wet wipe, which when I told Mr. Fix It, he said, "Is that not just a wipe?" And he's right. Yeah, a dry, wet wipe is actually just a wipe, but it does serve a purpose. So there we are. We've got a pocket in there. And this one I'd like to put some lace onto. You could sew around these. You could do what you fancy. Do whatever you fancy. Yeah, that's nice. I'm going to put some lace down this leading edge here. Did everybody see Mabel's tip about when you've got lace like this that's on the wonk? If you get your hot curling things for your hair, tongs, hair straighteners probably, I think is what I have in mind, and put them on the lowest setting, although this is cotton so it could probably go do with being hotter, and just pass your straightener over your lace. And it straightens it out. It's a brilliant idea, Mabel. Thank you so much for sharing it. And I'm going to use Fabri-Tac for this because the lace is fabric. So with this cotton lace, you need quite a bit of glue, because the lace itself sort of absorbs it without sticking. Just gets sucked into the lace, so you need a fair bit of glue. So just pop that down there. Don't forget this ends on an angle, so don't start there, otherwise your lace will come in a bit. Make sure you've got enough to cover that angle. There we go. This isn't fancy, you know what I mean? This is the construction only. It's up to you to fancy it up. Gussy it up. And make it look pretty. So there we are. I mean, how nice would that look with something on there? It's begging for it. But I'll leave that up to you. So we've got that, and we've also got our template, which can go in my template box, which is down there. And also in my template box, I have something I'd like to show you. These aren't templates, they're just lurking there. Look, I managed to get some file folders in this country. And they're beautiful. Lynn Whitman sent me some file folders, and it just started me off on a quest. I love making the journals to go in them. I love the file folders, I love everything about them. But look at these ones, aren't they gorgeous? Same back and front. They're kind of shabby, aren't they? I mean, they're well shabby. And they're by a company called Cavallini and Company. Let's see if you can see that there. Yeah.
San Francisco.
But I bought them in this country, from this country, so they are around. But I think you have to search for that. They weren't cheap either, I can tell you that. I think you have to search for that company's name. That's what I did. But they're lovely. So, file folders, 12 decorative file folders. So you know what's coming up next, don't you guys? File folder journal. Right, so let's stick this down here. Let's get on and stop so much gabbing.
Another one of these to do for Christmas.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'm very mellow today, have you noticed? Must be the drugs.
Yeah. Must be your new meds.
So let's stick that on there. Stick that up there. Try and keep out of the centre as much as we can. There we go. Right. So that's a really, really nice page in Prospect. It needs I'm just sticking the end of that glue down because otherwise, end of the ribbon, because otherwise, lace even, hello, it frays and it looks awful. And we can't be having that. So that's stuck down. Right, okay, shall we move along? Move along the bus.
Show the original with the tags in, like.
Yes, I shall show the original. So this is this page. Seem to be a bit this way today. So there's this piece with the lace on it, and I've got two cards in this front bit here. Okay, so they would go in there like that, except it'd be, you know, nice children's themed things. And then in the back, in this one, I've got this humongous journaling card, which goes down in there. So that goes in there. So you need something, well, I mean, if you want to do what I'm doing, you need something about that sort of size. And then I've got these two in the front. Like so. Okay? So something, you know, along those lines. And maybe a bit of decoration.
Lynn's just asking, she loves to see a folder that has flips at the top and bottom. Is that a folio? What would you describe a folio journal as?
This is one of my looks and it's called vacant. I don't, a folio. A folio to me is like a sort of a mini journal, really. You know, something that opens up.
Like a 3.
It could be a 3 thing.
Yeah.
We've done folios here before that are just 2, haven't we, I think?
Maybe.
That's a really good question, and I don't have the answer to it, I'm afraid. Sorry, I don't. I'll think about it.
I think it's like all things in paper crafting, there is no hard and fast.
No. So there we go. So I'll muse on that, Lynn. I really don't know the answer. So that goes there. That folds over. So let's see what's next. Ah, this envelope.
And Bernice has got to go.
Yeah, I think Bernice, to be honest, I think I'm going to go. Shall I go? I want to crack on now. Let me see if I can find the template for my envelope in my little template box. Which is the one? Oh, might be that one. Might have hit on lucky. It is. Right, I'm going to crack on then. Let's crack on and see if we can't get this, you know, make headway with this journal. That's what I'm trying to say. Right, so this is the envelope template. I have shared it before on the group. I can share it again if you want to. 12 for £12.12, really? That seems very reasonable. This is the page it's going on to. In the little ballerina, I use design paper, which I think I'll do again. I'll use...
Jean says even if you leave, she's staying.
Well, then in that case, Jean, let's just plough on, shall we? Let's just crack on.
Only because I think it'd be very sad to think of you sitting there staring at a blank screen.
I think it would be one of the saddest things ever. So, given that, I'm going to plough on, Jean. I can't be having you looking at...
What she needs to do is to take a screenshot.
Yeah.
And put it as a screensaver. And
yeah.
Then at least you'd have something to look at.
That's so true. I don't know if any of those actually...
Well,
that one might. That one might.
If we're going on, I'm going to make a coffee.
Yeah, good thinking. That one might work. Except it's not long enough. So no. I'm going to have a look through my book and see what I can find. Because they're all horizontal. And I actually need something... It's going to be an envelope, you see, guys. Tell you what might work. Would that work? You know, the birthday ones that I've been saving. Where are they? Where have they gone? I don't think I was this far in, was I? I thought I had some birthday ones. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, here we are. So what I really need is this part, because it's going to get folded up, those flaps in, and this comes up. Excuse me. So I want this part to be like that, you know, like that, going up. Oh my goodness, I'm really sorry. So I think that's going to be all right. I might have a bit of blankness over here. But what else can I do? What else? In the limited time available. So, I'm going to... So, yeah, make sure that you've thought it through in your head. And this bit, which is the bit that we shall see here, make sure that's got the design on it that you want, going the right way. So, like that. Right. So once again, we've got a template. So let's just draw around it, square up the lines at the bottom and the side. I'm going to have some text on this, etc., etc., but it'll largely be fine. Actually, she's a little cutie, isn't she? I'm just going to move it up so I've got all of her in. And you'll see what I'm on about when we cut it out. If you don't want to make your own envelope, you can use the one that you already have, you know, an existing envelope, and just stick papers over it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. Right, so there we go. Just cut that out. I've never done a children's book before, so it's quite strange for me. Thank you, my love.
You're welcome, my sweet. I think I have some chocolate.
Chocolate? Oh, Carrie, those cookies. Those cookies were divine. Thank you so much for your Red Cross parcel. It was totally appreciated. I'm really sorry, I've got a frog in my throat or some other thing.
Some amphibian.
Yeah, something. So we're nearly there. No, thank you.
No.
Oh, just show what you're eating.
Yeah.
Just to make everybody want to go and get a coffee and a chocolate biscuit.
Yeah. You've
got time, guys, because this is going to take, you know how fast I am not. Okie dokie. Brilliant. We're there. Right, so that's going to be the bit that folds up. Oh, that's nice as well, isn't it? No, let's not be sidetracked. Don't sidetrack me. Slow enough. So, what we need to do is get that point there and that point there on the ruler. Absolutely straight, or on your scoring board or whatever, or do it against your ruler with something blunt like a tea knife, you know, the sort of knife that you'd use to butter scones with, not a steak knife, which will just go through your paper. You'll only do it once, mind you, and then you'll think, what? I'm not doing that again. So you're just scoring the lines that are going to fold for this envelope. So there and there. And once again, it's great to have a template that you can just go to. You've used it before, so you know it works. And if you've cut it out anything like accurately, you should be okay. Right. I'm just going to stop and have a mouthful of coffee before I ink my envelope. Jean, I have to make templates. Yeah. It was Jean, wasn't it Jean? Or was it Nancy that made the Mama Bear and Papa Bear templates? Jean, yeah. Could have been Nancy though, you know. So I'm going to ink this before I fold it in because it's just a bit easier to do. Templates are great, you know, if you've got a pack of templates that you use all the time stashed away in your template box, then they're there to draw on. Not draw on, you know, draw around.
To utilise.
To utilise, yes, thanks. Well, I'm loving my new ink.
I'm in trouble again.
Oh no, what have you done? Heck, I'm still on the envelope on the 5th.
One above that.
I can't see, it's not letting me see.
Sheila says, Fiona, Mr. F is being mean to us off camera, eating without sharing. Got a load of biscuits on there. What more can I do?
Sheila, this is what I have to live with, my dear. This is it. This is the selfish side that you don't see. You all feel so sorry for him. But trust me, it's selfish. It's not really. I'm going to put my... No, I won't put my template away. I'll put it up on the Facebook group, just in case you haven't got this. So I don't want to be held responsible for your lack of progress in the little golden book. So Tutorial Tuesday, eh? There's a whole new game to play. Have I done this wrong? No, I've done it right. Don't doubt yourself. Well, it's just that things often go wrong. Fair enough. Right, so that's not entirely square there, so I'm just going to square that up there and put a new crease in there. It's only a mil or so out, but it does make a difference. So there we are, and we've got this lovely little girl here. Just like we planned it, eh? Except we did.
It's Farmer's Girl.
The Farmer's Girl, yeah. Right, so that needs gluing down. Let's have a look what we've got here. This is the ballerina book that's finished. So the page is blank. Once again, it's up to you whether you want to put stencils on it or I'm going to play that bit back over and over. English muffin with cream cheese and jam for me. Yeah. Oh, Flo. That sounds so good. I put butterfly stamps on this because the design paper I used, I only printed on one side, so the back was stark white, which was a bit jarring, so I put butterfly stamps. With this one out of the book, it's already got a design on it, so I don't need to put anything on that.
Pitchfork Sally.
Pitchfork Sally, yes. And I'll show you in a minute. I've only stuck down the edges and on the bottom, which has left me this lovely big pocket at the back that I can get this big journaling card in. And then in the envelope part here at the front, you can get a couple of journaling cards in there, or tags would be nice in here. So that's the ambition. Let's see if we can achieve the ambition. Just make sure I'm going the right way. Yeah. So there's our little envelope that we've just made, and I'm really delighted with her. She's lovely. Ink, no, not ink, glue. Glue, thank you. So I'm just going to put glue up the edge of here. And to the side, obviously. Make sure that's straight now, for good and ever. Don't do it over your page because you'll get glue on it. That's not what you want. So with our dry wet wipe, or wipe, just mop up any excess glue that's squidging out. And there's a cute little envelope. Cute, cute. I could have done it with book page, and that would have been in keeping with the rest of the journal, I suppose, really. But I'd rather do it with something pretty, and then I can always put in some decoupage book pages in as tags, or big book page journaling card down the back. So I think that's sorted. I haven't, however, inked around the inside of there or along the bottom, so I'll just do that now. So I hope Hilda's having a nice time on her holidays to the Netherlands. Of course, we miss her when she's not around, but she'll be back soon. And maybe join us next weekend, hopefully. Right, let's get this stuck on. So it goes with the opening that way, and it goes down there like that. And this is another one of those occasions where you really want to make sure that it's square. So get your ruler out. And I really wish I could find my 6-inch ruler, but I've lost it. A little 6-inch square ruler.
And then it's 9.
Oh, I've done all that.
Have you had it today?
Oh yes. Oh, here it is.
There you go then.
Lovely. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to...
As a general rule, you don't move too much, so
Yeah.
within arm's reach.
Yeah. Yeah, I usually sit here all day, every day. Right, so I'm going to put that at 3/4 of an inch. So my envelope's going up 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. And it's fairly easy to eyeball where the centre is. Now then, the glue situation. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac because on this top bit in particular, there might be a bit of pressure on it and I don't want it to pull off. So I'm going down the slanted side of that envelope, down the side, same on the other side, just down there, not across the top. And along the bottom. So we've glued everywhere apart from across the top, the very top. Make sure that's still on 3/4, which it is. Put that in the middle widthwise and stick that down. Push it up again, put it up against your ruler, and you'll get a good straight I don't know what the word is. It'll be straight, okay?
Straight edge, straight. straight to the point.
Exactly.
Straight face.
All of those things will be straight. So there we
Parallel
are.
to the side.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be lovely. It'll be a good job. So there you go. That's that envelope in there. And I don't want to pull it too much because I've just put wet glue on it. But we've got a space in the back. Same as this one. Space in there, look. To put a journaling card. And then a space at the front for 2 tags. Journaling cards, whatever takes your fancy. If you've used plainer paper or book pages, you could decorate that part there. I'm going to leave her because she's lovely. And that brings us on to this page here. Well, this is the centre spread. So I'll leave that for tomorrow. We'll make a start on that tomorrow. And in the interim, I'll try and get all my tags and everything done up to date so you can see what I've done with mine. We've got this pocket here that's, well, it's a double pocket sort of thing. It's triple pocket if you count that with a little card in it. And then this, which is an over-the-top flippy thing. That'll go quick. Then this, which is a 1-page pocket with a card in it. That's similarly not difficult. This little corner tuck, we've already done one of these, so this one will be very straightforward. And this, which is an envelope, which looks like the same one that we've just used, actually, is it? Yeah, same one. That's good. So the one template will do double duty. Just made it up and we've popped a card inside it and decorated the front of it. And I've just held that on with a paper clip. And this journaling card, there's 2 journaling cards there, just get held in with a paper clip also. So the paper clip does double duty, and that is all. So we're getting there, guys. We're really getting there. So what have we done today? We've done the top tuck. We've done the booklet with a little tummy tuck. We've done this big double pocket that we made the template for. We made the envelope and stuck it down, ready for the tags. And that's as far as we've got, which I think we've done pretty well today, to be honest. I think there's 4 pages I've counted there. So crack on, get that done. And I'll see you tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow, but I am not expecting that you will have all that finished. You know, you don't have to do what I'm doing. You can do your own version, you can put your own pockets in, whatever it is. You are going to make me use Google to do what? What was Sheila going to use Google for? You should see a doctor about those voices, Mr. F. I think one of them might be me.
It's just an echo.
So there we go. I think we've done really rather well today. I will try in the interim between now and tomorrow to get all my tags and stuff made so you can see what I've done. And I will see you tomorrow. I hope I'll see you tomorrow. Please try and make it tomorrow if you can, because it's just like Jean sitting looking at the computer. It's a bit sad for me sitting looking at nobody. So I'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock UK time, same time as this one. I've enjoyed your company today. It's been a treat for me as ever, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.